If you like this video, please click on the like button. Comment with the names of the movies you would like us to cover next. Click the subscribe button and press the bell icon to get notified of our latest creations. We cover 100 movies from around the world every day. To advertise with our channel, reach out to us. Our contact information is on our channel page. Now, let's move to the plot of this movie.
1851. Edgardo Mortara is the sixth child of a Jewish family from Bologna, a city at the time pertaining to the Papal States. Believing him sick and dying, the Christian maid Anna Morisi administers baptism in secret, for fear that when he dies he will end up in limbo. The child survives. But 7 years later Anna tells Pier Felletti, head of the Bolognese office of the Holy Inquisition, about the baptism. The sacrament would have made the child irrevocably Catholic, and since the norms of the Papal States forbid a Christian to be raised by non-Christians, Felletti decides to take the child away from his family. On 24 June, Edgardo was then forcibly taken and brought to Rome, where he would stay in the Casa dei Catecumeni, the boarding school for the children of converted Jews. Edgardo's parents, Momolo and Mariana, do everything to draw public attention to the case, causing the indignation of European and non-European intellectuals. However, this causes Pope Pius IX to take the matter to heart. The papacy is in fact in a moment of strong political crisis, in which the figure of the Pope has lost prestige and authority. Pius IX then decides to stand up to all the accusations, personally taking care of Edgardo's education and having him administered a second baptism or reception. This distinction is important in the later trial, that dispels any doubts about his belonging to the Catholic Church. Edgardo is raised and educated in a completely Catholic environment. Months after Edgardo's arrival in Rome, Momolo and Mariana obtain permission to visit him. Members of the Roman Jewish community coldly welcome the two, as they are afraid of losing the privileges granted by the Pope due to the media outcry aroused by the affair. Momolo, therefore, decides to treat Edgardo with detachment, telling him only that he's happy to find him in good health. In front of Mariana, however, the child bursts into tears and reveals to his mother that he still secretly recites the Shema Yisrael every night. Those in charge of Edgardo's education therefore forbid any future visits, unless the whole family converts to Catholicism. The Mortaras refuse and organize an attempted kidnapping of the child, which however fails and causes the total loss of support from the Jews of Rome. In 1860 Bologna was taken from the Pope by the rioters. The courts of the Kingdom of Sardinia, of which the city now belongs, arrests Pier Felletti and put him on trial in the Mortara case. During the hearings, the whole story is reconstructed and it is discovered that the baptism administered by Anna Morisi is valid to all intents and purposes. Felletti is acquitted of the charges, as he acted in full compliance with the laws in force at the time of the events. Edgardo remains in Rome. The Pope is still sovereign there because of military assistance from France under Napoleon III. In 1870, when France was attacked by Prussia and the French troops are withdrawn, the Kingdom of Italy occupies Rome and the 1100-year history of the Papal States comes to an end with Pope Pius IX losing his temporal power. Meanwhile, Edgardo grows up in the care of the Pope. He studies for the priesthood and assumes the clerical name of Pio Maria. In 1870, with the breach of Porta Pia, Rome becomes part of the Kingdom of Italy. One of Edgardo's older brothers, Riccardo, who is a soldier in the occupying army, runs to look for him and tells him that he can finally return home. However, Edgardo refuses, stating that his real family is now the Catholic Church. When Pius IX dies in 1878, Edgardo, in an impulsive act, joins the rioters who wish to throw his coffin into the Tiber. He regrets his action and runs away. Years later, Mariana, Edgardo's mother, is dying, and Edgardo, who years earlier had refused to go to his father's funeral, finally returns home, taking advantage of a moment when he is alone with his mother. The young man tries to baptize her, but she refuses, declaring that she lives as a Jew and wants to die as a Jew. Edgardo is driven away by his siblings after this attempted conversion. This appears to be his family's final break with Edgardo. The film's closing credits state that Edgardo was ordained as a priest in the Canons Regular, worked throughout Europe as a missionary and preacher, and that he died in a monastery in Belgium in 1940 at the age of 88.